All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, and with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about and review the new Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys Ride or Die, the fourth one in the franchise. We got Will Smith and Martin Lawrence coming back for another big adventure. So we're gonna get into our likes, our dislikes, get into our rating at the end. But before we do that, Brian, you got a quick synopsis of what this movie is about?
Sure do. All right. When their late police captain gets linked to drugs cartel, wisecracking Miami cops Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett embark on a dangerous mission to clear his name. Real quick.
Yeah. The plot
simple and to the point, right?
Yeah, simple to the point. You know, I mean, but yeah. So we'll jump right into our likes. Brandman, what you like about this one, man?
There was a lot I liked about this. The dynamic between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is still very much there. You know, this is like one of the best for me personally. It's like one of the best buddy cop franchises out there. Definitely my top three overall. I thought the action sequences were still pretty good. I actually liked this a little bit more than Bad Boys for Life, which was a movie that I wasn't sure what I was going to make of it because, believe it or not, I was initially a little uneasy about Michael Bay not returning to direct these, and it turns out it still works with the two new guys who are directing these newest ones. I think that the action sequence is very different from what Bay directed, but I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I liked how I think overall, in terms of the action, the Bad Boys movies are probably like the closest thing that we'll get to like a live action GTA franchise alongside Crank. I like how these ones are like do a little bit more with the characters than the first two movies did, and yeah, I think a lot of good laughs in this one too. Yeah,
Vanessa.
It was. Yeah, she was like, I don't know. She only seemed like she had like a small amount of lines.
She did.
She was only there for one.
Yeah, but yeah. Overall, I really liked it. It had me glued to the screen.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian? What you like about it?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm gonna go back to, guys. These are not the stars. Not Will Smith. No, not Martin Lawrence. Armando. Not was it Rita or Vanessa or any of the other people? Reggie's the star. He's the man. Dude, that is like the best 5-minute I felt more satisfied with that little 5-minute action sequence than I felt in movies like forever. Like having that. So the backstory of Reggie is, he was a 15-year-old boy who was not an actor. They just brought in because he fit the part and he was just there. He was so nervous and they were fucking with him the entire time, right? So like by the time he got to the scene, he was just scared straight. Then that's why he looked the way he looked, right? And then Bad Boys for Life, they gave him a little bit more. He married their daughter, he's there. But what they did here and making him that badass, it's like, dude, I just came back from being deployed. Yeah, damn right. You came back from being deployed. You probably killed the entire country. It looked like he was
one-man army.
He was John Wick. He was he was the equalizer. He was a young equalizer. That's what he was. It was awesome to watch. And the way he was doing all the things and killing everybody. Oh man, we were in the theater. People were going, "Yay, Reggie, let's go!" It was so enjoyable that part. And then I have to say, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence just do so well together. I mean, really, one comedian, because Martin Lawrence is a great comedian. Will Smith is a good actor, along with someone who's entertaining personality. They just work well, and honestly, this is my favorite buddy cop, more than Rush Hour, which Martin Lawrence actually, they offered it him first, and he turned it down.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's how Chris Tucker became, over there for Rush Hour. But I enjoyed this more. I'm at a point. It never's gonna make the money of Rush Hour, but I'm at a point where I think this is my favorite thing, my favorite duo, especially in buddy cop films. So yeah.
I think with Kyle, like this is the best, buddy cop duo period. I agree, man. I agree. I think Rush Hour was up there. Lethal Weapon is one that's up there. This one though is just it's just so good. Like you said, Will Smith is an amazing actor, and then you put him with somebody who's just funny, with Martin Lawrence, and yeah, it was, and then the action was good. The action was really good. And that scene with Reggie, because the whole time with Reggie, especially in this one, like he blames Reggie for stealing his snacks. He's like came off like, oh, he's a good for nothing kind of like lazy kind of guy, like like he doesn't do anything. And then
he just came back from that weight.
Yeah, he just came back from Marine and all that stuff. So and then giving him that was the best. Even at the very, very end, they're like, "Oh, this guy think he's gonna come cook the chicken." Martin Lawrence is like, he can cook wherever the fuck he wants, man. Like
he killed 15 people. Let him cook his chicken.
He's cooking the chicken, and I was
I want to make the potato salad. I want to clean up. Give some plates.
I think he said like at the end when he's watching the video, he's like, "Oh, you can have all the snacks, man." Yeah, no, you don't mess with him, man. But yeah, that was a great, but just them together, I thought was really great. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, were funny, and the whole Martin Lawrence, spoilers, I guess if you already don't know, dying, having this like vision, it seemed kind of corny, but then they kept playing on it where he's like, I can't die, and he's like walking in the street, and all the way to the end of the film, or the end of the movie where Will Smith is like, oh, I'm with somebody who can't die. He's like, wait, hold on, man.
What you gonna do?
Yeah,
he shot him right in the chest. That was,
so I thought it was corny at first because I'm like, it seems kind of silly, but the way they used it for the whole film, it made that scene like pretty funnier and actually like served a purpose to the film. So yeah, the whole thing, I was kind of I had an idea of who was the bad guy or who the leaker it was. I thought they were gonna go a different route, but they went the one route, which I was still kind of like, okay, cool, but I mean, Tiffany Haddish was in it.
He's always the bad guy.
He's always the bad guy. Tiffany Haddish, I enjoyed that little bit of a scene with her. I thought it was really good. Even the scene with John Sally, I thought it was interesting because I always find it funny. It's like these guys are cops and they're constantly pointing their gun at everybody, at each other. He's pointing at John Sally, and then like he gets shot. He smells it.
Did you? No, I don't think it was me.
That was so funny, man. It was really good. So
the best part about that John Sally one was the fact that when you took him on the stretcher, his feet were dangling against the ground, basically. Pushing him.
Yeah.
He is 6'11".
So we'll get into our dislikes. What didn't you like about it, Brandman?
There were a couple things in the movie that they probably could have trimmed, like kind of going hand in hand with what Brian said, like the visions that Martin Lawrence character was having. They didn't have to keep circling back around to it. I kind of get, like one was enough, maybe two max. Marcus's wife had such a minimal part in this.
That's because they changed it.
They didn't even have to bother recasting her. They could have just said that she went on like a vacation or something, or out of town with the kids or something like that. There was almost no point of her even being there. If they couldn't get Teresa Randall back for 5 minutes of screen time. I think those were my main hang-ups with it. That was mostly it.
Okay. What are you, Brian?
I have no problems with this damn movie. I had no issues. I mean, the only thing I was going to mention was Tasha Smith because usually she's the angry black woman, but she was the loving black woman this time, so I thought that was okay. And Vanessa Hudgens wasn't unbelievably great, but we didn't need her that much, and it didn't matter. And Callie was whatever. He could have been replaced by anybody. And the way the DJ Khaled held his gun, was so unentertaining. And I literally rolled my eyes 15 times. I was like, we the best. We gonna kill you. I was like, oh my God, come on, DJ Khaled. You better than this, man.
Yeah.
You better than this. But like those are like really little things. Really though. But those are so small to me. I don't know if that's really anything to do with being that bad.
The overall film.
Yeah, the movie itself, I still I enjoyed it so much. Like my enjoyment, I went and saw the movie twice. I saw it on Saturday and I was like, man, we're going again Sunday. And I enjoyed it that time too.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anything else?
No, hate. There's nothing else I don't like. Yeah. I wish we had more Armando.
Armando.
Armando was awesome.
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off of what Brian said a little bit. For me, it was all the cameos, and if you're like a YouTube degenerate like I am, and people that normal people wouldn't know, like first of all, they had Michael Bay in the film, and I thought that was kind of silly, because like they literally zoomed up to his face and he's like, oh, like he was driving the Porsche, he almost hit Will Smith's character. I was like, all right, whatever, the guy who did the first ones, I get it.
The first two movies, and that was that because
the guy from TikTok who just shrugs at everything.
That was actually a little funny.
I was like, but it was so unnecessary, and I was like,
what are you doing?
It's like, why are we getting all these TikTokers and YouTubers and stuff like that? Like literally, he just walked by, and I forgot, was it Lawrence or Will Smith? Like looked and said something. He's like, I was like, what? What? Jay Shetty, who's like a podcaster guy on YouTube. I don't know why he's popular, but he has a shit ton of subscribers. But he was the official, wedding official. Doing it, and I knew it right off the bat. I'm like, really? Like, they just get this like YouTuber like dude, who like, so that was a little like distracting. It didn't ruin the movie, but I was just like, oh, okay, we're just getting like famous TikTokers and YouTubers that like younger audience might like. Hey, I know that guy. I like him. He's funny. I get it. We rated now, later, never. Now means you gotta go right to the theater and watch it right now before anything gets spoiled. I guess too late if you already watched the review. Later is wait till it's at streaming. And never means just skip it all together. Brandman, what you giving Bad Boys Ride or Die?
I give this a now.
Yeah.
This is I almost consider this my official summer kickoff movie more than Furiosa.
Oh yeah.
Even though I liked Furiosa, but yeah, this just hit like a lot of the right notes for me. In terms of everything that I want out of a summer blockbuster, liked it a lot more than I expected to. Wouldn't rule out going to see it again. This was just a fun time, man. So yeah, this is definitely a now.
Yeah,
very easy now.
Okay, what about you, Brian?
Oh, it's super now. Come on, everything about this movie. I love the callbacks to them standing up together, and then the circling of the camera on it, or even when they come into the gated world and the new way they are doing the filming, and you can see them how they're doing. Going around the corner to see how they're shooting and all that stuff. All of that was great. They had new stuff, old stuff. That's what makes me feel like this is the ending of a story. Like they're going to end the story here because of that. He's already, Mike is already, Lowry's married. Martin has made his stuff. Marcus has done his stuff. Whatever. Everyone seems to be in place where they need to be. The only person who's really upset is Captain Rita. She's the only one that's really upset. So this is definitely for me a now. You know, I thought that this was awesome, and I was actually happy that they made sure that they weren't together. So I thought that was also a cool thing. But no, this movie hit all the right notes, all at the right time. Super now. I already saw it twice, so of course.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm giving it now, of course. You know, this like for everything these guys said, it was great. Yeah, that camera thing, you know, where they flip the gun and it's like you're looking down like, you know, the barrel.
That was cool.
That was super cool. You know, and I saw the making of it, you know, and like Will Smith with his giant like contraption on his chest that he had to film it with. But yeah, it looked cool. It gave like a cool like POV like action part of it, you know. So I enjoyed it, you know, for that, and the story was fun enough, you know. The acting was great, so action was great, so it's definitely, you know, fun. And like Brandman said, this is probably the summer blockbuster kickoff, you know. You know, so I think they knew it was going to be big. I don't think they knew it was going to be this big, because holy crap. Yeah, but cool. Yeah, that's our thoughts for that. Real quick with the box office, bringing that up. Worldwide, this thing made $105 million worldwide. 56
one.
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. It's opening weekend. That's so much money. 56 million domestic and 48 international. You know, that's our thoughts on Bad Boys Ride or Die, the fourth movie, not to be confused with Bad Boys
for Life.
For Life. Stupid. But appreciate everyone in the live chat. We're gonna get some of the comments real quick, but appreciate everyone watching on replay. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are some of your favorite parts of it? Let us know all about that. And if you're watching live, stick around, because we're gonna move on to all the comments about this one.